Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's talk about the best eye makeup I found this year. These are going to be products that I tried for the first time. Sometimes they're going to be products that were released this year, and sometimes they're going to be products I just happened to come across. I'm going to include liners, mascara, brows, shadow singles, and then eyeshadow palettes as well. So let me start with the three products that I fell in love with this year for eyebrows. The first one is this. This is so good. This is from the Clean Fresh line from CoverGirl. This is called their Brow Liner 1mm Nano Pencil. I wear the shade dark brown, and I absolutely love this pencil because it is the smallest, most minuscule pencil, and it's so affordable at the drugstore. That's what I like. You can also roll it up and roll it down. I don't find that it snaps easily. It's that perfect mixture of being a little bit waxy to stay there where you put it, but not so waxy that it balls up and kind of gets goopy in the brow. And it's not so dry that you have to press really hard to get it on. So it draws on really nicely. I love that. Another one that I recently tried that I really like is from Merit. This is their 1990 brow. And again, another super teeny tiny, this feels like another 1mm pencil. This is beautiful. Both of them have spoolies on the other end. One's in the $20 range. One is in like the, I think like $10 to $12 range. And you get various colors with each, but these smaller, more defining pencils are exactly what I've been looking for. Another thing that I fell in love with, and I feel like only half of this is good, but I love it so much, I'm willing to deal with it. This is the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. This is their 2-in-1 Build-A-Brow, and this is a product where this little pen right here makes the smallest hair-like strokes that are not too dark, that are not too much. You're not getting so much pigment out of there that all of a sudden it looks like you're drawing Sharpie lines. Because I have the one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've tried the Brow Blade from Urban Decay. I've tried the one from Milani. I've tried the one from NYX. I've tried so many other ones. The one from MAC. So many people have a pen like this. The Glossier one, like seriously, I've tried so many of them. And this one is my favorite because I can very easily go in and go, you know, I need a little hair right here. And it doesn't deposit so much color that all of a sudden it looks like I have a really dark mark. I love this. The other end of it is supposed to be, well, it is a clear gel. This doesn't hold. This is terrible. I've tried to use it a couple of times and it's just not worth it. But I would buy it for the pen alone. This is so fantastic. I wear the shade Ash Brown. I wear the shade Ash Brown or medium brown in most things. All right, that's the brows that I fell in love with this year. Let me tell you about the eyeliners. All right, one of them is this. This is not a new product. This has been around for a long time, but I tried it for the first time this year. This is a 3-dot eyeliner from Clarins. So literally has 3 little prongs right in a row, and when you take them down, they leave like 3 little dots. But what I love about this is I can take it right to the lash line where the lashes are growing out of my eyelid, and it makes all the difference. It doesn't actually go in my waterline. It goes just in between the lashes where I have gaps. And these 3 little prongs are perfect for that. The one thing I wish is that it lasted longer. Mine lasts about 4 months. There are times like this one's already getting a little bit dry where I start doing this and I'm not getting any pigment. And so I'll have to like bang it down on my back of my hand and then go back in because that'll bring some of the ink down. But just for the way that it's designed and for what it does, I really love this pencil. All right, I've been a huge fan for years of the Persona 24-hour waterproof pencils. These are so good. These are the 3 shades that I picked up this year. This is the one that I'm wearing today in Graphite. This is Plum, and this one is Stone. These are so fantastic because they don't budge. They don't budge. If I put these in my upper waterline, they don't end up transferring to my lower waterline very much. I'm always looking for something that's never going to budge at all. And I don't know that I've come across something like that. I have really watery eyes. The older I get, the more my eyes water. It's not allergies, it's just age, I think. But I find that a lot of my pencils tend to kind of disappear, or I'll end up getting like a puddle where I would normally have like tears collecting. And if it's a really bright colored pencil, like a marine blue or a teal color or an aubergine, like a eggplanty, I'll have like purple right here or blue right here. And I hate that. These don't do that. I love that. I can even create like a little wing with these, and I'll take a little teeny tiny brush like this and I'll just whoop, drag it up. Perfect. Stays all day. Love. The other ones that I fell in love with, these were sent to me by Sweed, and for me, it was the colors. The colors are so beautiful. These shades, I couldn't stop wearing them. This one right here is Golden Beetle, and this one right here is Mink. And these shades are so beautiful. They are a gel pencil. They have a really nice cap on them. The caps remind me of the ones from Lisa Eldridge or the ones from Victoria Beckham. They glide beautifully, but it's the unique shades that I haven't been able to find, kind of like this lightish gray that's not too cool. It's got a touch of brown to it. And this really beautiful Golden Beetle shade. I think that the way that they named it is perfect. These have been fantastic. I've been using these a lot. First mascara I fell in love with and became kind of like my everyday mascara is the Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash. This is such a beautiful mascara. Normally a curved wand is like terrible for me because I have smaller eyes, and as I'm putting it on, I inevitably get it on my eyelid. This is the one curved wand that I don't have that problem with. I don't know, it's like perfectly shaped for the shape of my eye. This gives me a beautiful fanned out look. It's not like the most like bulky mascara. It doesn't give as much drama, but it's a beautiful everyday mascara. It doesn't flake, doesn't smudge, doesn't transfer. I really, really like this. You can build it up to get a little bit more drama out of it, but for me, it's my perfect everyday mascara. Another one that I love for everyday, oh, she's so good, and she's a tubing mascara. This is the Shapeshift Tubing Mascara from M Cosmetics. It's more of a lightweight look. It doesn't give as much drama as I'm wearing today, but I really, really, really like this. They discontinued their Pick Me Up mascara and came out with this. This is so good. This is everything I want in a tubing mascara. Amazing. Now, the two that really surprised me that I was like, I didn't think I was going to fall in love with these. The one that I'm wearing today is this one from Sweed. Another one that the brand sent to me, but this is one I'm going to buy again. This is their Cloud Mascara, and this is in the brown. I have both of their mascaras in brown, and I really like it. I do find that sometimes there's like too much product. You can see that right there on the brush. I feel like maybe the stopper could pull off a little bit more, but I really love this. Look at the length I have on my lashes today. I never thought that my lashes were this long. I mean, like they're already touching my eyebrows up here. That is such a surprise to me, but it's this Cloud mascara that is so great. Now, when I want my lashes to go up and to stay up and to not come down all day long, that's when I reach for the Pro Lift. This is the Pro Lash Lift Mascara, and this brush is so interesting because it has the tiniest little teeth right on this side and then nothing anywhere else. So you can really get in there and push and lift and get the most beautiful, like if you curl your lashes, this is going to keep it curled even though it's not a waterproof mascara. Both of these Sweed mascaras are really good, and the sort of mascaras that when I run out, I will buy again. Let's talk about eyeshadow singles. One of the ones that I fell in love with this year is the Lisa Eldridge Liquid Silk. And this is her matte formula. This is the only shade I have. This one I think is in Phoebe, but it's so pretty because once you get it on, this I could blend all over the top of my hand if I needed to, but it blends so beautifully, and there's an ingredient in here that helps to smooth out the look of texture on the eyes. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that when I wear this, my eyelids do appear to be smoother. And at 50, I'm just noticing more and more texture everywhere, especially on my lids. But this is such a pretty, I mean, it works so well with her other liquid Lurex, the sparkling ones, but I really like the liquid silk. I'm definitely going to be picking up more of those. Other ones that I fell in love with this year are these guys from About Face. These are the fluid eye paints, and these are both the matte ones. I have the fractal ones, I have the glitter ones, but these ones here in the matte are so good. This one here is called Smell Before Rain. This color is great because it's kind of like almost a mushroomy taupe shade. It's very cool. It's very nice. The other one I have, I think, is Capulets, and it has more of a rose tone to it. So here's Capulets. It's definitely a little rosier, but these, the quality of these, like these stay all day. They don't crease, they don't flake, they don't budge. They're easy to get off at the end of the day, but they're so good. Same with Lisa Eldridge. Doesn't crease, doesn't flake, doesn't budge. But I've been loving matte liquid eyeshadows this year. Another matte shadow that I really like is the Merit Solo Shadows. This is a new one that I got. This is Studio. And this color is so pretty. It's such a pretty shade. If you put it on lightly, more of the pink comes through. And if you build it, it tends to look a little bit more like a brown shade. But it's such a pretty shade. And when this sets, does not budge. Stays all day. And I really like that about it. Let's talk about some powder shadows. This one kind of surprised me. I didn't know what to think about it, but I think it's the shade that I love so much. And it's from Jones Road. This is called the Best Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Ash. So for someone like me with fair skin, if I ever want to like put a little shadow in the socket and not put any sparkle and just have like a really minimal eye, this is what I want. Because I don't have to put it all over the lid. I can just put it right in the socket and be done. This is so beautiful. It is a nice kind of cool leaning shadow. I love the size of it. I love that it even has like a little mirror. You would think the mirror wouldn't be useful, but it's just the right size. I love that you're getting so much. All right, two others. These are more sparkly toppers. If I ever decide I want to put on that one of these matte shadows and then put a little sparkle on top. These are from Moira. These are the Chroma Light shadows. I have two of these. These are basically so similar to the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows. You get a really beautiful, almost like a liquid look to them. This one here is one of my favorites right here. This one's called Sugar Crush, and this one is Pixie. They're just so lovely on the eye. They give you sparkle. I don't need to use a glitter glue with them, but I'll put them on top of one of these matte eye paints or the Liquid Silk from Lisa Eldridge and have a really pretty two shadow look. Let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. I kind of wonder if these actually could be called a palette, but I'm going to call them that. These little duos from Patrick Ta are stunning. Oh my goodness, this one's called Talk to My Team. I love this one. I've used them so much. They no longer have the embossing on there, but they're so pretty and so lovely. I have those. And then I picked up the one called Still at the Club. This shade is miraculous, but as is this brown here. But do you see how pretty these are? I have been using these. Now people were complaining. They're so expensive. They're $42. Yeah. Was it painful to pay? I don't think I paid that price. I got them during the Sephora sale. Was it still painful to pay the $30-something when I got them at 20% off? Oh yeah, it was. Certainly. But I mean, they're so pretty. They're like little jewels. I have been loving these. I have been wearing these all the time, especially these two shades here, because I can just slather them on with my fingers and I'm out the door. I can do the same with these guys, but because they are deeper shades, I have to be a little bit more precise. But these guys here are like my easy swipe, goodbye. From 2 pans to 4, I fell in love with the quads from Viseart this year. There were 4 that were released and 3 of them head over heels for them. So here are 2 of them. I know they look a little bit similar. This one is the Isolde. This one here is the Hesperides, but they are so lovely. So beautiful. I wore them non-stop. And then also fell in love with this one if I wanted something a little bit warmer. This is the Praline Epicé. So I loved these little Viseart quads so much. These little pedophores were exactly what I wanted. Like little jewels for the eyes, an easy, like every color that you're going to want is in here, and it's just perfect. I love, love, love. Another quad that I fell in love with this year is this one from Surat. This one is the Beyond Beige. Okay, she looks so basic. It looks like your basic Betty, but when you start getting in here, like, look at this. Oh, so pretty. And I find the older that I get, the more these kind of satiny shades that aren't full on metallic look so much better on my eye. This does not bring any attention to the texture I have on my eye. This is so lovely, so beautiful, expensive. It was expensive, but I really, really loved it. Another one that was like expensive, but is so worth it is this one. I finally tried one of the YSL quads and the Mini Clutch Couture. These are so great. I want to get some more, but this is the one in 100, the one everyone loves. This is Stora Dolls. And oh my goodness. It was like the summer of Stora Dolls for me. I wore this so much. Sometimes I would wear just this shade because I was like, okay, gotta go, I don't have time. Or I'd wear this shade and this shade. And sometimes I'd use them all. But I loved how easy it was to do it with my finger, to pull out a brush. These were so malleable. I could use these in multiple ways, and I really, really loved that. And I didn't have to use all of them. I could use one and still get a beautiful look. The only thing that really didn't love about this, you'll notice that the area here that would hold the applicators is empty because I threw those away a long time ago. They were stupid little sponge tip applicators, and I don't know how a $68 palette does not come with like little brushes, or even just like, you know what? Take the space out, make it smaller, just make it a little tiny quad, because it was kind of like an offensive thing to find in there. Sponge tip applicators, they weren't even nice. They look like something from the drugstore. It took away from the luxury for me, so I got rid of them. But love, love, love this Mini Couture Clutch eyeshadow. From 4 pans to 6 pans, man, I love the new one from Lisa Eldridge. It is a boring Betty. It is very much a neutral lover's eyeshadow palette, but I really love the metallics in here. They're so pretty. They're lovely. The mattes in here are fantastic, and I love that we have neutrals and cooler tones. This is such a beautiful, easy to wear palette. I love that you can actually push them out and kind of organize them how you want. You can get just a single shadow if you want. If you burn through one of them, you can replace that single one. The mirror is really, really nice. The whole package is just luxurious. Love, love, love this. All right, from 6 pans to 9 is this one right here. This is a Southern Spring from Sydney Grace. Sydney Grace released 4 palettes this year. I think maybe even more than that. But during their Christmas and July sale, they had 4 palettes, one for each season. And I find that I didn't love them all. I got 3 out of the 4. 2 of them were a little bit more kind of predictable. And this is the one that I really liked because we had these green tones along the bottom and these kind of more berry tones right in through here. It's really, really lovely, but the green and those berry tones, lovely. All right, moving up to 12 pans. I didn't know that there was a more perfect palette until Viseart came out with this Paris Reverie. So you have, I don't ever really wear purple because it can be too much on my eye, but these kind of lavendery, dusky purple shades here are so perfect, mixed with some peachy shades and then some really beautiful neutrals. Oh my goodness. For someone like me with fair skin, if I wear too much that's too dark and too heavy, it can be overwhelming. It can look like I got punched in the eye. This is the perfect desaturated eyeshadow colors for me, and I love this palette so much. It's so beautiful. Recently, Viseart came out with their new Cyrenus Etendu. They changed, they no longer have a mirror in here. This turns into an easel like this. But I love this palette too. This palette is so beautiful. There's some amazing duochromes. This one and this one are so beautiful, but I like that it's a little bit cooler. It's not too warm. It has depth to it. It has color, but it's not, it's kind of like a boring Betty with mermaid touches. And that's what I'm talking about, the duochromes. Those will give you kind of like that a little bit of something different, because you'll see they do have some shine and some difference to them. But this is kind of like your boring Betty with a mermaid pop. And I have been absolutely loving this. It is just so good. All right, I didn't know that I needed it until I got it, but this Cool Neutrals from Sigma, so good. I'm going to tip out the brush. They always put a nice brush in their palette, but look at this. Again, with these kind of lavendery berry shades here. We do have some warmth in through here, but a lot of cooler. And then, you know, the idea of cool neutrals, I don't think it was meaning that it was all going to be cool, but it was cool and neutral. Maybe that's how I'm looking at it, but I love this palette. The quality is so nice. It took me a while to figure out how Sigma is different than what I'm used to. I mean, these shades just end up looking like jewels on the finger. They're so beautiful. Look at these. They're just lovely. For me, they're pressed a little bit firmer, and the powders are just a little bit on the drier side, but they go on and they're so lovely. I really liked this color story. It was fantastic. Now, my two favorite palettes this year, they're both from Natasha Denona. I'm wearing one of them today, and they are lovely. The Golden Palette and the I Need a Warm. So the one that I'm wearing today is the Golden Palette. Boy, so lovely. And there's a lot of warm tones in here, but it does have a lot of gold. And I really like that. It's just enough and not too much. But the I Need a Warm is a desaturated warm lover's dream, because you do have some like really intense warmth in here, but nothing gets to be too heavy. If you were to have given me one of those really warm eyeshadow palettes from, say, ColourPop back in 2016, 2017, there have been other ones where there's just so much terracotta. It's just so orange. This one is perfect because we have some browns in here. Some people were complaining it wasn't warm enough. I feel like it's plenty warm, but I feel like for someone like me with fair skin, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And I find that I have all of the boring Betty Natasha Denona palettes, the Golden, the I Need a Warm, the I Need a Nude, the Glam palette. I think that those are beautiful, but those are my favorite palettes this year. Thanks so much for making the time to watch today. I did a whole video of my favorite makeup items, not just eye makeup or lips. I have 3 videos of my favorites this year, but I'll link the one that I already did. It's my favorite makeup items. I'll link it for you here and the description box down below. But here's where I want to know, what are your favorite eye makeup products from this year? Mascara, liner, brows, eyeshadow, singles, palettes, you name it. Tell me. I would love to know. And if you have any questions about the ones that I was talking about, go ahead and type it in the comment section. I answer all of my comments. I always enjoy doing that. It's a joy for me. Thank you so much for making the time to watch. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again soon.